And you may not remember this, but I want to thank you for making an impact on set, because what you did for her was really, I was so proud to know you, Matt. She's this actress. She was on this National Lampoon's.
Okay.
Like, are you remembering this?
Yeah.
I don't even know what this movie was. But
remember,
apparently there was some violations.
Yeah.
You called SAG on her behalf 3 times. Do you know this, guys, about your brother?
I mean, it sounds
You
about right.
took her off set. You basically were, her mother was being restrained because she was trying to get her daughter off of this like very dangerous stunt with a ladder or something.
Yeah.
She was
I do remember now.
11 at the time.
Yeah.
He hand wrote a letter for this girl about how to take care of herself in the industry and how to like, all these are the things that you should think about. You're so sweet. I just want to make sure that you're going to be, protected. That's who he is. And I feel like that's a testament to like really, truly who you are and just how your family rolls.
Yeah. Yeah, it totally.
That's how we roll.
It's a family rolling thing. I mean, I would do the same for Andy and any other kids on set, because when we came up, we were like,
your brother.
no, but I mean, the reason why I was
Calling the
Appreciate
union
it?
is like ballsy.
No, but the reason why is because let's put it this way, I was very protective of Andy on sets. Very. And I still felt bad at this day, but I got into a fight with the director. He got let go because he was being a little bit too much with Andy. So I was always in that corner of.
And then he vogued.
Yeah, then he vogued.
Then he
vogued off set.
When we came up, and my mom did the best that she could, and she did a really good job. Like, it was always, she didn't budge when it came to school and being a normal kid and all that stuff. But even with a mom that powerful, we came up in an era where, we were just being thrown into cattle calls in New York City, and they would do anything to kids in that era. Yeah. I mean, it was unbelievable what was going on. So coming up through that, I always had a little bit of a sore spot. So if there was anybody getting mistreated, but in particular anybody underage, that it would just hit this like ignition switch.
Yeah? Does it?
Where it gets me really upset. Yeah, because it's like taking advantage of kids and stuff. I can't handle that.
Zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance. Yeah.
Now, would you put your daughters in the industry if they wanted to, or did they talk to you about this?
You know what? They really haven't expressed that much interest. Charlie was into it for a minute. She thought she might want to do it, and believe it or not, we put her. Andy directed a movie for Lifetime called My Husband's Secret Brother. I was a bad guy. Believe it or not, I was like the killer in this thing. And believe it or not, I actually met Samantha. I met Sam on that movie. That's where we met.
Oh, okay.
So, and the role of her daughter in that movie, Charlie played, and she was great.
Really great.
And she really liked it. But you know what? There's no pressure. Like, she hasn't really asked me to do it again, and there's no pressure at all. I want them to do whatever they're supposed to do, whatever they're put down here to do. So I don't, whatever it is,
That's so cool.
Yeah, there's no pressure in any regard. She's amazing and loves art and is an amazing artist. Loves animation and loves theme design and all these amazing artistic things. And she's
Joey,
figuring it
you're a
out.
very good dad.
She's figuring it out. I'm okay.
No, I think you're a very, very loving and sweet and patient dad.
Well, I try. Look, I feel like you have to do your best. You're going to fall short sometimes. I feel like it's the hours and the days feel very long at times, but the years are really short. So you just try to keep that in perspective, and you just do the best you can. I'm not perfect. I mean, but
you love them.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
There are no words,
Yeah.
and they've been through it last few years. Our family's been through it, and I feel horrible about that. It's not the intention to ever go into it. We went through a divorce. It's not fun. But it just doesn't work out. And the thing is, you have a life too, so you have to you got to be happy too. It's not, and you hang in there as long as you can for the kids, but you're not really sure in retrospect whether that's the right way to do it. If I had to do it all over again, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You try to wait as long as you can, but if you do it when they're younger, they get used to it by the time they're older. If you wait till they're older, they feel it so much more because they're used to it. They're used to one way of life. So there's all that sort of yin and yang to everything, and I have a lot of regret about the pain that they've gone through. But I know it was the right thing to do. So. That's why you got to do it.
Take it a day at a time with some of that.
That's it. But I love them to death. And
also, you wouldn't have met Sam at the right time, right
place.
place.
Everything. I also believe everything happens for a reason. Yeah. And if I have my faith, so you just have to. I'm very, stout in that, and that you just try to do the best you can.
Put your sort of faith in the higher power.
Absolutely,
be,
you know,
maybe.
and you gotta will things to happen. You gotta hope for the best, but you have to do your part too.
You have to be positive. You're
Gotta
very
be
positive.
Absolutely, have to be. I'm happy when I'm positive, so I resort back to positivity.
That's your coping
Some people
skill.
dwell in negativity. I hate being negative, so I always bounce back real quick. Even if it's a horrible situation, I feel it. It affects me, but I much prefer being happy, so I bounce back to happy.
That's just the way you're wired.
That's it.
And he is wired that way. I at times I'm like, how is he doing this? I don't know. I don't get it.
It's been brutal. There's been times that have been really wild. But
So it's been really interesting for you guys to witness this about him, though, right? Mm-hmm. Like when he's been tested. So the podcast that you guys have launched is wildly successful. The Brotherly Love Pod, okay?
Yes.
Brotherly Love Pod,
Yes.
which I am your demo.
perfect.
What's it been like? What has been some of like the fun times? I know you said that when you guys sat down, it almost felt like Christmas, and
Yeah.
that touches my heart so much.
Well, it's so cool, you know, and honestly, it's like we had never done podcasts before or anything like that, really. But I feel like it's not unlike a show where you find it, you know, you find your rhythm, you find your place, you know, and I feel like we're finding it, and it's really fun. Sitting around, we really just started talking about dynamics about, you know, life, you know, and what we've been through, you know, and aside to us, people, you know, perceive one thing, right? Because we've done a lot of positive projects and there was a lot of success as young people, and then you grind and you have a little more success and then you grind and the ups and downs, but no one's ever really seen how we relate in real life. Like it's always been sort
Scripted.
of on camera.
Yeah,
scripted.
yeah, scripted.
So, and it's not, there's a ton of love
scripted.
there.
Every
it's
morning
still very
we-
scripted. We just
Yeah,
go
it's
over our
just
lines.
fact
We
check.
scripted this whole interview.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew exactly what you were going to say right there, which is why I'm saying this. No, but and I feel like it's been really cool to sort of, you know, give people sort of an inside look at sort of like who we are for real.
Yeah, it's like
and our
sitting
real-
down at
Yeah, it's
the
cool
dinner
for
table
me.
with you guys.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it's
That's
really
it.
fun.
And it's really neat
Really?
because we've actually had people call in and we sort of we talk about like family dynamics, right? Because we feel like that's so important. You know, and sort of the ups and downs, especially the last 2 or 3 years that we've had as a world. You know, it's been so crazy, so out of body, so many of these experiences. And I feel like we're finding this new normal, you know, and we're sort of figuring it out in the technology world and the virtual world and all these combining factors and human nature and evolution and just like what's going on. It's a very crazy time. So we just dive into those and we have people call in. We try to find somebody that, you know, has a unique situation that they're going through and they sort of talk about it with us and we shoot the shit with them about sort of what we went through. And it's kind of cathartic for both of us. And it's
Is
been
it?
really neat. Yeah.
Andy,
Yeah.
who's been your favorite?
I wasn't listening to a word
No,
that
I've
man
been.
just
Just
said.
Where are
so
we?
you know,
No, I'm
as
kidding.
the youngest of a four-person family, my eyes are always on Andy.
I know.
But Andy, who was your favorite guest? Andy.
Well, we loved all the guests. All the callers
did.
were awesome.
Yeah, they were.
But one that really stands out is this. She had. She found out. She did a DNA test and found out that she had 24 half siblings.
Yes.
Wait, wow.
24.
Somebody gave her
24.
like a family,
Yeah,
like a family tree
yeah,
thing for
tw-
Christmas,
yeah.
and she did it. And you know, thinking that she'd
these
find out
One
sort
or
of like
two, maybe a distant cousin,
you know,
and
what her lineage
Nope.
was.
They
Maybe
kept
she's
And
coming.
more keep getting added to
Yeah.
the list. And
And
she's
she talked-
spoken with all of
No,
them.
no, not all of them. I think she's like
Most of them.
13, maybe.
Yeah,
she
most
has a
of them, that's
relationship
right.
with 13 of them, and the
she's
other ones
spoken
are,
to more than that.
Yeah.
She's
Wait.
You'll have to listen
Was
to
this
find
like
out.
one of those documentaries where like the doctor was like impregnating all those people?
well, here it was. Apparently,
Well, you don't want to give it away. You got to watch.
it was
Tune into the podcast.
yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
It
Sure,
was
Ann.
not a
Still
doctor.
directing this one over here. Joe, why don't you use that inspiration and shut the fuck up,
See?
so we can have
He
people
doesn't
tune into
need
the
to
podcast.
speak. He works behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
and he's got this thing too. He purses his lips and he gets a little.
Oh,
goes,
no.
Joe, listen. You're like, what are you doing with your lips?
Do you actually do that?
I don't know.
He does do it. It started as a smolder. It started as a smolder because he'd take pictures and he'd never smile, so you'd always get this from Andy.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you taking a
Okay.
crap? What are you doing?
Oh, poor guy.
So then he started going, no, I'm not.
I think it's more of a. I think it's more of a tick that's developed because I've been spending my life with my brothers.
You're not getting away from them. They
Never.
love you too much.
We do. No, but
You're really
he's right.
stuck
That
with
was
them, Andy.
that was a crazy episode. And it's true. She said that every holiday season, because people get family tree like
For gifts?
Yeah.
Fuck.
they
A few
add
more.
more and more to her family.
Wait, but okay, I need to listen to this podcast.
gonna have to listen to
I'm
it.
Great.
so
Yeah.
excited
It's
about
astonishing.
it. Matt, you're dating Chili from TLC, and the internet has questions. You ready?
To watch the full podcast, check it out on the Vulnerable YouTube channel. And to listen to the full podcast, check it out on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.